reconnect with.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep them all in my prayers for sure. Beautiful little family.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. We're here at Ananda Monterey Bay, and we have a guest from the village, Lisa Clark, who is in charge of the meditation groups all over North America, I believe. So, and we even had New Zealand yesterday, so that's exciting. She also served in India with her husband, and she started in Sacramento many years ago with Sam and Pam. So when they were there. So we welcome you, Lisa. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you. Lovely to be here and see Monterey Bay. It's just such a fun group.
Yeah. So if you'll start with a prayer, and then we'll kick off here. Thank you.
Alrighty. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, friend, beloved God, great masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar, and our beloved Guru Paramhansa Yoganandaji, saints of all religions, humbly we bow at your feet. Blessed Guru, thank you for this opportunity to come together, to bathe ourselves in your vibration, to be in satsang with your loving kindness, enveloping us, flowing through us. Be with us this morning, that we may tune in ever more deeply to your vibration. We are ever thine, be thou ours. Om Shanti Shanti.
Unmute. Or is it isn't ready? I awake in my light. I awake in my light. I am joyful. I am free. I awake in my light. I awake in my light. I awake in my light. I am joyful. I am free. I awake in my light. I awake in my love. I In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. Thank you.
Now we'll do a short meditation.
while remaining in this peaceful, receptive state. Please internalize these words of Swami Kriyananda on happiness. Happiness is an attitude of mind born of the simple determination to be happy under all outward circumstances. Happiness lies not in things, nor in outward attainments. It is the gold of our inner nature, buried beneath the mud of outward sense cravings. When you know that nothing outside you can affect you, no disappointment, no failure, no misunderstanding from others, then you will know that you have found true happiness. Resolve strongly to keep this flame burning ever in your heart. Master taught us how to use affirmations by repeating them, taking them ever deeper into our conscious, our subconscious, and then our superconscious. We'll repeat the affirmation a few times, increasing the inner energy while reducing the outward energy. I vow from today onwards.
I vow from today onward.
To be happy under every circumstance.
To be happy under every circumstance.
I came from God's joy.
I came from God's joy.
I am joy.
I am joy.
I vow from today onwards.
I vow from today onward.
To be happy under every circumstance.
To be happy under every circumstance.
I came from God's joy.
I came from God's joy.
I am joy.
I am joy.
Now more in a whisper, but deep within your own self. I vow from today onwards.
I vow from today onward.
To be happy under every circumstance.
To be happy under every circumstance.
I came from God's joy.
I came from God's joy.
I am joy.
I am joy.
Silently outward, but very, very loudly within your own self. I vow from today onwards to be happy under every circumstance. I came from God's joy. I am joy. Pray silently with me. O Lord of joy, fill me with boundless happiness, for I am thy child, made in thy blissful image. As thou art joy, so also in my inner self am I. Om, Om, Om.
And now from Rays of One Light, weekly commentaries on the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita by Swami Kriyananda. We're up to week 3. Is God present even there where there is ignorance? Truth is one and eternal. Realize oneness with it in your deathless self within. The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. The Gospel of St. John, chapter 1, makes a reference to the divine light that is obscure to the rational faculty, but that enlightens our higher nature. Quote, "The light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." Reason recoils from this statement with innumerable questions. What is this darkness? Is it conscious that it should comprehend anything? What sort of light would be capable of shining in darkness without transforming at least that part of the darkness in which it shines into light? Does this light shine only at night? And if so, why only then? The solution is that to divine sight, even daylight seems darkness. The sun itself, like the moon, which shines only by reflected light from the sun, is but a kind of reflection of the cosmic light, which, being immaterial, is invisible to the eyes, but which is the great source of all material reality. In Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda describes his youthful visit to Ram Gopal Muzumdar, the sleepless saint, who lived in the vision of that hidden light. Around midnight, Yogananda wrote, Ram Gopal fell into silence, and I lay down on my blankets. Closing my eyes, I saw flashes of lightning. The vast space within me was a chamber of molten light. I opened my eyes and observed the same dazzling radiance. The room became a part of the infinite vault, which I beheld with interior vision. Why don't you go to sleep? Sir, how can I sleep in the presence of lightning, blazing whether my eyes are shut or open? You are blessed to have this experience. The spiritual radiations are not easily seen. The saint then added a few words of affection. This is the light that shineth in darkness. It has been described variously in the great scriptures. In the Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter, the devotee Arjuna is given an experience of the infinite state and exclaims in awe, if there should rise suddenly within the skies sunburst of 1,000 suns flooding the earth with beams undeemed of, then might be that Holy One's majesty and radiance dreamed of. Thus, through Holy Scripture, God hath spoken to mankind. Om, Om, Om.
Thank you, Elaine. What is love? Is it only ours? Or does love whisper in the flowers? Surely we, children of this world, could not love by our own powers. What is joy? Is it just a dream? Or does joy laugh in every stream? Are the clouds mindless after all? Or is joy all nature's theme? God is dead, so men say. Can't they see all life's his play? Not a church binds him as his own. Not a creed makes him fully known. Foolish we, if we limit him. Every atom's is his throne. What is love? Is it only ours, or does love whisper in the flowers? Surely we, children of this world, could not love by our own powers. What is love? What is love? Is it love we touch in the flowers?
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sam. And thank you, ladies, for the beautiful chanting and the reading. We're off to a very energetic start. I want to read from Whispers from Eternity. This is Prayer at Dawn. It's one of my favorites. It's actually the only one I have memorized besides Samadhi. With the opening of the earliest dawn and the lotus buds, my soul softly opens in prayer to receive thy light. Bathe each petal of my mind with thy radiant rays. I saturate myself with the perfume of thy presence, and I wait to waft with the breeze the aroma of thy message of love to all. Bless me that with the spreading dawn, I may spread thy love everywhere. Bless me that with the awakening dawn, I may awaken all souls with my own and bring them to thee. I found this little thing I wanted to read as we get started here. It just struck me the other day as I was preparing for today. As the world fights to figure everything out, all beholding doors for strangers, letting people cut in front of me in traffic, saying good morning, keeping babies entertained in grocery lines, stopping to talk to someone who is lonely, tipping generously, waving at police, sharing food, giving children a thumbs up, being patient with sales clerks, smiling at passersby, and buying a stranger a cup of coffee. Why? Because I will not stand to live in a world where love is invisible. Join me in showing kindness, understanding, and judging less. Be kind to a stranger. Give grace to friends who are having a bad day. Be forgiving with yourself. If you can't find kindness, be kindness. I just love that. I live in a house called Kindness House, so it's sort of always this theme running through my life. And I think the past couple of years, we know as truth seekers, as devotees, as people on this path wanting to walk in the light to the best of our ability, we are aware that the past couple of years are about so much more than the past couple of years. There's bigger realities happening here. We may not always know exactly what they are, but we have faith that this yuga will pass and we will be elevated into higher yugas in time. It's been a very interesting time. On the one hand, we have people losing their jobs, losing their homes, people becoming ill and not being able to have people visit them, people being in the hospital and passing away, and their relatives not being able to be with them as they do so, to say goodbye, to hold their hand. It's been so rough for so many people in so many ways, this whole change in the way we live our daily lives. On the other hand, there have been people who have stepped up and been able to step up and bring the light and bring patience and kindness and understanding and just infuse their life with this grace that comes from above, whatever your path is, in our case, with our guru. It's just been a joy to watch how many people have opened their hearts and raised their energy during this time and more fully committed to sharing the light. It's just so many opportunities to expand our own world. Many years ago, I was thinking about this the other day. I went to see a play, Fiddler on the Roof. I'd never much been into musicals. Fiddler got me going. It was just so wonderful. And I was rewatching the movie the other day, and just so much joy in it. I just love Tevye and his exuberance for life. Tevye is the main character. And I was noticing while I was watching this, I was paying a special attention to his relationship with his three oldest daughters and his evolving relationship with them. And Fiddler's set in a small town, if you don't know, called Anatevka in Russia. It's set in 1905 during the first Russian Revolution, a time of great social and political change and upheaval. And Tevye, the main character, is a poor milkman in the town. He's poor like most of the town, but well liked, I think. It gives the impression that people like him and they sort of kind of look up to him. He's a big man with a big presence. And in Anatevka, as he tells you, because he's always talking to the fourth wall, to the audience, they have their traditions for everything: how to sleep, how to eat, even how to wear their clothes. And he says to the audience, he says, "You may ask me, why do we have these traditions? And I'll tell you, I don't know, but they're a tradition." Now, his whole style is so wonderful. Now, his three oldest daughters, as I said, I was looking at the way the story flowed, and his oldest daughter, Zeidel, is about 20 years old. And she's still living at home. She's unmarried. And Laser Wolf, the town butcher, has asked Tevye for her hand in marriage. And this is a coup, you would say. Laser Wolf is well-to-do. He has good standing in the community. He follows the traditions, and she'll never go hungry with being married to a butcher. So to Tevye and his wife Golda, this is just the most wonderful thing that could happen for their daughter. They won't have to worry about her ever. So Tevye tells her, as they did in the old days, "You're going to marry Laser Wolf." And she falls apart. "I'm in love with Mato, the tailor, and Mato is very poor. Please, Papa, don't make me marry him. I'm not in love with Laser Wolf. I'm in love with Mato." You know, they've known each other forever. They're very good friends, and they fell in love. At first, Tevye is resistant to this idea. I mean, this is a coup. She'll have wonderful standing in the community. It's everything they could wish for their daughter. And but eventually he gives in. You know, it's not so far out of the realm of possibility. It's not so far off the traditions. She's his oldest beloved daughter. He says, "Okay, you can marry Mato. It's okay." And how he tells Golda about their daughter marrying the poor tailor instead of the rich butcher is a whole story in itself and worth watching the movie. So, you know, that's okay. Now, the next daughter, Hodel, another daughter he would like to get married off, falls in love with a radical from Moscow. This gentleman has come from Moscow. They don't really explain why he's traveling the countryside, but he's a radical. He's been involved in demonstrations. He runs into Tevye in town, and Tevye kind of takes a liking to him, despite all his, you know, strange ideas and everything. He invites him home for Shabbat dinner. Gold is not really pleased with this stranger and his strange ideas and kind of eyes him suspiciously, but Tevye wraps his arms around him, figuratively speaking, and really kind of embraces this young man with a lot of energy. At some point, Mato goes back to Moscow. In the meantime, before he leaves, he and Hodel have fallen in love. And then from Moscow, I guess being involved in some demonstrations or such, he's sent to Siberia. We all know what Siberia is. It's the place you don't want to be. And so Hodel goes to her father and asks permission to go to Siberia and be with Model. She's in love with him. They've just fallen in love, and she wants to travel alone on a train and go be with him. And again, this is just leave home, travel on a train alone, go to Siberia, this wasteland. And she convinces him of their love. Tevye acknowledges times are changing. You have to go with the flow sometimes. He sees the writing on the wall. So he allows, after some events and discussion, Hodel to go to Siberia. He even takes her to the train station. There's a very poignant parting. It's his daughter. She's leaving. And this is very unusual in those days. Usually families stay together. The third daughter, Hava. Now, Anatevka is occupied by Russian soldiers, so they're not on great terms with the soldiers, but they've kind of kept it together. There's not too much tension. But then Hava falls in love with one of these Russian soldiers. And Tevye's reached the end of his tether with his daughters. No, this is the enemy. This cannot happen. And she marries him in secret, marries the Russian, I can't remember his name. She marries this Russian soldier in secret. And then Tevye hears about it and says, she's done. She's disowned. I don't have a daughter any longer. And then at some point, shortly after the marriage, Hava comes to talk to Tevye in the field where he's plowing. Papa, please, I was in love with him. Please forgive me. Please give us your blessing. And Tevye just totally refuses to acknowledge her. And she leaves and she's brokenhearted. At some point later in the movie, the townspeople receive an edict from the government. They all have to leave. They have to leave their town. It's been happening throughout Russia during this time. They must go, pack up everything they have and leave this town that they love, and they know all their neighbors and this and that. So Golda and Tevye are packing up with the rest of their daughters, and Hava comes again and asks him to forgive her and give her his blessing. And he's just kind of fiddling with packing up and doing the horse, getting the horse ready to go. And all the family standing around, waiting for him to maybe say something. Finally, she gives up. She turns to leave, and he doesn't look up, and he said, God go with you. And they're all just amazed that he did this. But you could feel his love for his daughters again helped him to overcome this idea of the tradition and the enemy and this and that. And that's kind of funny. I was watching all three of these, and it's kind of how we are with change in our life. First, we have Zeidel, and some things come along and we're just sort of like, well, I don't like it, but I can live with it. And this is not too far out of the realm of possibility in my life and how I've been living it. And then we have Hodel, where it's a little harder to do, but times are changing. We need to get with the program, or we're going to be unhappy, and we need to just move on into these new ways of things happening. And then there's the Hava. No, we can't deal with this. No, it's just no. But as seekers, as devotees, as people who really want to shine a light in this world, be a light in this world, and attune ourselves to a higher power, it does eventually come to us, even in the hardest times, that we have the possibility to change and embrace everyone with the light that we've been so blessed to have in our lives, this path of self-realization. And that really is what we're doing here at Ananda. We're meditating so that we can more fully comprehend the light. We're serving so that we can more fully comprehend the light. We're cultivating our inner life so that we can more fully comprehend the light and share it with everyone. And I think it's such a great opportunity, this This period of time has just gone on so much longer than any of us thought it would, than we wanted it to. But we have to remember in all our daily little activities, once we get off our meditation mat and we go out into our day, that every single moment counts. And we're going to ebb and flow. We're going to have moments where it's hard, or we just need to stay in bed with the covers over our head. But then we're going to get up and we're going to do it again. And in every moment, every single person that we meet benefits from our life, and not just the people that we just are in the grocery store. We have to remember and not let familiarity make us forget that the people closest to us need our light too, truly. And that we together sharing that light, it just expands and expands in the most beautiful ways that we couldn't have even imagined before. So many good things have come out of this period of time. And it's because people like all of us have really focused on just stepping up and not letting that negativity drag us down, not letting that fear drag us down, not letting that 2 years drag us down. Here we go again, with the Omicron. That's okay. One of these days, we're going to look back and it's going to be history, the really hard part, and some really good changes are bound to come out of this. It's been told to us, these are the yugas. This has to happen, and it's okay. It doesn't mean it's always easy. Doesn't mean it's always fun. Doesn't mean it's what we really wish for ourselves or for others. But when we start finding those places of light that come because of it, they're just even more precious, and we're able to expand them more and more and more. And I just hope that we can all continue to just keep our hearts open, to take care of the people that are right in front of us, to encourage each other, just be kind to each other, to support each other in the ways that we're each doing our little part to maintain ourselves during this time and share it with everyone in the world. We want to look back and say, I really did the best I could. I really don't have any regrets about the way I handled it. Even when I wasn't doing my very best, I knew I wasn't doing my very best, and I stepped up again. Just keep stepping up, stepping up, stepping up. What else can we do? Here we are. We're all together here as friends and guru bhais, and that's why we're here. And we just need to keep reminding each other, not even in words, just in our vibration. It's gonna be okay, and you're doing a great job. And what can I do for you? How can I help you? I do want to take just a moment, just everybody close your eyes and just focus at the point between the eyebrows. I found this quote from Master. It's just one sentence, and I just took it really deep and just fell in love with it. This moment just feels so beautiful. Just focus on it at that point between the eyebrows, just this one sentence. God lives and breathes in all. God lives and breathes in all. There's no person, there's no situation, there's no moment that is not worthy of God's love flowing through us. Every moment is that opportunity, and every moment is the most important moment. What happened before, good or bad or indifferent, doesn't matter. This very moment is just the best opportunity. And so I hope that in the days to come, we can all just continue to shine that light, just move forward, offering people kindness and patience and acceptance in exactly who they are, where they are, what they're doing. Those are the people that need us the most, the ones who are struggling, who don't have a path as we do. We're very blessed. We are so blessed that we have a path. And many people don't, or many people, their path isn't clear or isn't really working for them in this moment, and they need all of our prayers and all of our love, whether near or far. The best way to comprehend the light is to become that light. It's like eating an apple. You're not going to know what it is until you taste it. And we're going to, as I say, ebb and flow, but just keep moving forward and radiate. We radiate more than we realize when we're in tune with Master, even when we're just clinging to the hem of his robes. We have so much influence on our environment because of the practices we do and because of the satsang we keep. We don't even realize how influential we are on the world at large when we walk through I remember when I was first on the path, I was in a bank. I was doing something in the old days when you did a deposit slip. I was standing at the counter. All of a sudden, I just felt this shift in energy, this lightness. And I looked up and there was one of my guru bhais. And I knew it was because of their energy, their specific, they were a quiet person. They didn't, there was no commotion when they came in. I just felt this shift in the air. And there they were, someone who lived in the community. We have so much influence and we want to use it well. And we, like I say, we'll ebb and flow. We'll want to hide sometimes, but just keep moving forward. Just don't give in totally. And I don't see any of us here giving in, but we are just very, very blessed. So I'm gonna read this from Master, and then just a little meditation, just a little meditation. Master says in the book Spiritual Relationships, which our dear friend Anandi did all the editing of those books. By being true to yourself and a true friend to others, you will gain the friendship of God. True friendship unites souls so completely that they reflect the unity of spirit and its divine qualities. Master was a friend to all. We can be a friend to all. Doesn't have to be a personal friendship, but divine friendship, and just being open and loving and kind to everyone and everything in our environment. So I invite you now to again close your eyes as I read this meditation on expanding love from Master. Tell yourself, my kingdom of love must expand. I have loved my body more than anything else. That is why I am identified with and limited by it. With the love that I have for this body, I will love all those who love me. With the expanded love of those who love me, I will love those who are mine. With the love for myself and the love for my own, I will love those who are strangers. I will use my love to love those who do not love me, as well as those who love me. I will bathe all souls in my unselfish love. In the sea of my love, my family members, my countrymen, all nations and all creatures will swim. All creation, all the myriad of tiny living things will dance on the waves of my love. There's really no time to waste. We want to not have wasted time. I remember years ago in Sacramento when Jyotish and Devi came to give a Sunday service. We have our little meditation before service. And as we began, Jyotish said, let's dive deep together in this small amount of time that we have. I never forgot that. However much time we have in this lifetime, if we sit down for 5 minutes or an hour, it's a very short amount of time. Let's dive deep, do our practices, get up off our mats and take that energy into the world and just hold up the highest for ourselves and others all the time and saturate everybody and everything with the perfume of his presence. God bless.
Lisa, lovely, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. That was
You're-
beautiful.
It's always great to hear people reminding us
Yes,
to live in
that was
the expansion
wonderful.
of our consciousness. Let's
And
take
beautiful
that.
stories.
God is serving God.
Let's do a quick healing prayer while we're all in this lovely space. It's a wonderful space to be in while we share this love that we have, this kindness for everyone, everything. How could we not? If we love God and God is everything, let's cooperate with God and ask God to send the healing energy, the consciousness into every situation, every heart, every soul, every body. And let's do a healing prayer with this wonderful feeling, this great awareness. Divine Mother,
Divine Mother,
thou art omnipresent.
thou art omnipresent.
Thou art in all thy children.
Thou art in all thy children.
Manifest thy healing presence
Manifest thy healing presence
in all bodies,
in all bodies,
in all minds,
in all minds,
and in all souls.
and in all souls.
Take the love from your heart and the wisdom from your spiritual eye and put it into the palms of your hand as we pump out the energy that we are channeling from the divine out into the world to do the work of Master and Divine Mother. Shanti, shanti, shanti.
Thank you. That was so wonderful. I'm going to need to sign off, but I just wanted to say thank you, everybody.
Good to see you, Mary. Thank you.
Namaste.
Hope to meet you in person, Mary.
Yeah, that was really, really special. Just perfect for me. I loved the readings that you did and the story that you told and just what I'm working on right now. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Blessings.
I see Texas is in the house.